Hi, I just wanted to share some of my journey with you. I don't know if anyone watched this, and I don't know if that even matters to me at this point. Um, I have cerebral palsy, and I am pregnant. Um, the last time I went on here, it was more like I might be pregnant, but I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant, and um, yeah, I'm pregnant, and I don't know what to do, and I don't think I really was equipped in different things because my health had begun to fail. But I thought, well, you know what? How do I know that this life isn't of value? And I'm still there. I'm still in that mindset where, I'm suffering right now because I have the cerebral palsy that was a pre-existing issue. And I have the asthma that was a pre-existing issue. It's been flaring up like crazy. I also have a hyperextension injury, a pinched nerve in my back, cerebrismus, some other issues as well. I mean, the list goes on. I have one diagnosis that says I have arthritis of the hip, one that says it's starting, it's not quite there yet, as well as some other things that have to do with my cerebral palsy. So I have hyperemesis, and it's been really severe. Okay, I've been hospitalized for that twice since the last video. I've had to take a medication of which, after being told, you have to take this, you're in a really bad shape. I was having kidney pain and things like that. So, you got to take this. I did the research and found out that it can actually damage the fetus or, the baby. So it can cause a heart problem. It can cause cleft palate. It can cause this or that or this or that. But there's no way to know at this point. And I've gotten a lot of backlash because I would go online and say, hey, I have cerebral palsy and I'm pregnant. Or I have hyperemesis and I'm pregnant. Has anybody went through this? What are your suggestions? And I get told by people, I bet she's on welfare and she planned this so that she can get more welfare. First of all, that was actually giving me information. I didn't even know that you could do that. I had no idea that your children, it's like you have more children, you get more money. I never knew those concepts because I'm actually not on welfare. However, to address the planned aspect, even though I don't need to give anyone justification, I think it's interesting that that was stated to me because for me, I had just gotten told prior to becoming pregnant I could not conceive without medical intervention. So I thought, well, it's probably for the best. My cerebral palsy is getting worse. So you know what? It's okay. Because I didn't really understand why people have kids anyway. I just thought, I know my significant other, because I'm not the single mom on welfare type thing. I knew that he had always wanted a son. But it was kind of like, hey, let's evaluate the situation again in 5 years. And less than 2 months later, and I was pregnant. So it's not about, oh, well, she's planning this to get more assistance. It's more like I thought I couldn't even have kids. I found out I was pregnant and then thought, maybe I don't want to murder it. Maybe I don't want to kill it just because I'm having problems. I've had people tell me, well, it's selfish to have a baby that would watch you deteriorate. Those issues are to do with me, my cerebral palsy. It's not fair to give life to someone that could watch me suffer. And I said, you know what, maybe she's right. That's why I'm thinking about adoption. She said, you know what, that's not fair either. That's selfish because you would have a baby knowing that you're going to abandon it. Well, you know what? Giving a baby up to a loving family, or even presuming loving family. I've been through abuse, okay? I've went through hell in my life. I've went through hell and back in my life. And I can't say that I don't want to be here. I have cerebral palsy that has it so I can't even walk sometimes. I can't even move. And I can't say that I don't want to be here or that I'm glad that I'm here. So it's like, she's like, it could end up in foster care. I was in foster care. But regardless, it's like, those are the worst case scenarios. And then I get told things like, well, when it comes to my ability to provide, it's not fair if I'm going to be on food stamps, choosing to have a baby, to be on food stamps. You know what? If I get food stamps, it's not going to be because I have a kid. It's going to be because I have cerebral palsy, and I'm 27 years old, and I've worked 2 jobs before I was even of legal age to work. I've always worked. But my cerebral palsy started getting worse. And does deciding not to kill my child, does it speed up that process? Maybe, but it doesn't change the end result. So I just want to put an end to all these people basically telling me that my baby would be better off not here. Because at the end of the day, it already is here. It already is here. People can tell me whatever they want. If I'm planning to get pregnant and I'm like, I have no money and I have CP and I want to get pregnant, then people can say, what are you thinking? But when you get told you can't have kids and boom, you get a surprise, I think I deserve a little bit of mercy. Just an incy bitty bit. And if I don't get it, I don't care. Because at this point, I've decided that even though I've been in the hospital and even though I'm suffering my ass off, I throw up all the time. Constantly. I mean, just this morning, I'm lucky. I only threw up once today. But I throw up between 1 and 7 times daily. I've lost so much weight being pregnant that it's like my obesity, the chunkiness that I have, might not even be a problem for this pregnancy because I've lost so much weight. I need to throw up right now. So for people to say, well, you need to consider yourself because you're here. My child isn't any less here than I am. Because even though when I looked at it, and I was 5 weeks when I found out, between 4 and 5 weeks, I didn't see anything there. It doesn't mean that nothing was there. Just because you can't see something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I couldn't see it, but a week later, I could see it and it had a heartbeat. So just because I couldn't hear that heartbeat, it wasn't alive, people tell me, well, it's not conscious. It's a cluster of cells. But yet, when I was a cluster of cells, if I was removed, I would not be here. So, I think it is, when people say it's your choice whether to have a baby or not, I think they're right. And it's my choice to not kill my baby or not. Now, of course, I have the diagnostic coming up. And I'm so nervous about it because I'm hoping for health. But if my baby has something that is not compatible with life, not necessarily an issue that may affect its quality of life, it's just if it has an issue that's not compatible with life, I will have to reconsider those options. But until I have 110% proof from 3-4 different things that that's the case, I'm staying pregnant. By the way, I failed my muscle density test because I lost so much muscle from throwing up and not being able to get out of bed and exercise. I lost so much muscle that I'm going to need to be in a wheelchair having this baby. And I thought about it. Oh, I don't want to be in a wheelchair and it's going to affect my quality of life and I might have to need a little bit of help. But you know what? It's either that or not have my kid, which means essentially ending my kid's life so I can walk around for how many years? I had a goal to not be in a wheelchair till 50, not to not be in a wheelchair at all. So, I'm sorry if I'm yelling at you and you're a nice person, but I'm upset because I've had to go see through the crap. And I'm tired of it. So, it's like literally say something nice and encouraging to me for trying to get through this or piss off. Thanks for watching. Bye.